Hey everybody, welcome aboard. Welcome to Ready Set Crypto Live. This is Wednesday, the 6th of December. Welcome aboard everybody. Glad to see you here with us live today. And we got a lot to talk about in terms of what's going on. So I want to know where you guys are located. Where do you hearken from out there on the planet? So please let me know where you guys are coming in from, as well as what coins and coin pairs that you'd like to see. We'll have a few things to talk about here as we get started, but I'm just trying to get everybody on board here. We'll be here for about another half hour or so. Usually that's how long it takes us to go through the list and to come to agreement and everything like that. So we got out there today, we got Coolio Singh. Hey, we got Joe. Welcome aboard. We got Tony C. Let's see. And let's see, Tony C's coming in from Italy. Then there's the Crypto Bureau from the Gold Coast in Oz. Awesome. Good to see you again. So myself, I'm coming to you guys from beautiful downtown Greenville, South Carolina. All right. Looking at Bitcoin here just to get things kicked off. We have been pretty much up throughout 2023, as you guys might know. We're up to about 44,000 right now. Now, we've pretty much blown through every form of resistance at this point. So there are times where it just doesn't make sense to get too hung up on the technicals. But one thing I can put up here is, let's do fib retracements. We're going to go from the very top to the bottom of this move, right? So this is the highs 2 years ago back in 2021. And to the very bottom of the move, which was really the end of 2022. And what we're going to look for is there we go. Got the charts up now. What we're going to look for here is the 61.8% retracement. This is what we need to see. And if the price gets past that, then typically what we do is we will fill in the triangle. So the 48,000 level is the one that you want to watch for, guys. 48,000 is what you want to watch for. If we get above that, chances are very, very good that we will continue on and hit the all-time highs, if not more than that. Who else we got out there? We got Jack from Darwin in Oz. And let's see. Rane is, I believe, is in Flavortown, right? And then there's Maff from Seattle, Washington. Outstanding. Good to see you out there. All right. So I doubt very much we are going to go through 48,000 on the very first try. What I would expect to see is something similar to what we've seen in the past, where we get into these kind of chunky moves. If we go out to the weekly chart, we can see this a little bit better, right? So what we saw back here at the end of 2020 and into early 21 was a little consolidation pattern. Range expansion goes to range contraction, goes to range expansion again. And then this was a larger time frame consolidation pattern, this entire move to the downside here. So this is all very normal stuff, what we're seeing right now. But what I would expect to see is at some point here, we get into the chop. We get into the chop. And this may or may not happen around the time that we actually do announce the ETF. All right, we got Steph coming in from Amsterdam, and then we got Entheo Sapien from Brooklyn, New York. Carvana, baby. All right. You mean Cardano or Carvana? All right. Carvana's the car company, right? Is that really what you want to see? Okay, so let me know what pairs you guys want to go to. I'm going to go straight to let's see, is there anybody that has requested anything yet? No, not really. We can do Cardano if you want. We can go to Cardano. And Cardano is finally broken above that. Cardano is finally broken above that descending trend line. So that's good. But what I'd like to see is, again, this is the weekly chart here, guys. What I'd like to see is the big base that Cardano has got is down here with the highs about 60 cents. So it's still earning the right to trend higher. Still earning the right to trend higher. Okay, so you really do want to see Carvana. All right, cool. We can do that. We can look at anything. This is why I call it a market update. All right, CVNA, not looking all that great. Really, it's got the same chart pattern as Cardano. It's the same thing. All right, so Carvana has got this base down here, which is at $60. So it's bounded by $60. If it gets outside of that, then you've got yourself an uptrend again. Okay. I am going to the Crypto Bureau, and here you've got a multi-legged request. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to look at Solana. This is a weekly chart on Solana. So I'm going to pull out the RSI Laguerre here, and I'm going to show that so the weekly chart has now gotten above the base. This is all good, right? We've gotten above this ugly base down here. We've gotten ourselves out of purgatory, out of the dungeon of the chart. So that's above 50 bucks. This is all good, but you've got a little exhaustion down here. So if markets are going to trade organically like this, what you're going to see is you're going to see stair-stepping movement. This is all good. And that's the way you want it to go. You don't want it to go straight up, because if it goes straight up, it comes straight back down again. You want it to build like this. If you see a chart which is in stair-stepping motion, this is what's called quiet and trending market behavior. This is good. It's very organic to see that. So this is in exhaustion right now on the weekly chart. If we go down to the daily chart, reset this. This is all good. This is actually a nice ascending triangle consolidation pattern. So that looks really, really good. Okay, so that is Solana for the Bureau. So let's go into Engine under Crypto. And this one also looks the same thing. This has got the same kind of pattern. This is very positive. This is good. So what you don't want to see is something going up like this and then getting hammered on the way back down. That is the path of every single altcoin during the bear market was like that. You'd see them spring up like a green shoot and then get pounded back down like the whack-a-mole game at a carnival. So this is very, very positive. Same comments as Solana, though. Next one is Cardano. We kind of looked at Cardano, but we'll look at this again. Cardano is actually doing the same thing. This is an ascending triangle pattern, breaking above there. Now, the ascending triangle pattern has a measured move target, which is the open end of the triangle. So that's already been hit. So I would expect to see this, especially as we get down into exhaustion, go into the next pattern, the next consolidation pattern on Cardano. Unless we have some kind of exterior influence. Bitcoin's being influenced by the ETF possibility. So right now, that one is not operating through technicals at all. This is supply, demand, and balance right now. Okay, Rune, which is Thorchain. Rune has been really good lately. And you're seeing this consolidate and breaking up. This is the same kind of thing. Consolidation into a triangle, building up the energy, and then boom, into the next triangle. So you're seeing stair-stepping on Thorchain, which is great. All right. So that is for the Bureau. Okay, Steph wants to look at chain flip. We're going to just hammer through these things, guys. Chain flip. Where are you? Chain flip. Okay, so this is Flip USDT. This is a pretty new one. This only has been around for just a few days. And this is already starting to move into consolidation and breakout consolidation. This one's too new to really do anything technical with. But you'd have to say for a brand new, at least on KuCoin, this one is, that's an awfully good looking chart for something brand new. So that's good there, Steph. And then Pendle, we'll go to Pendle. God, for 2 straight years, all we did was we just made fun of charts, right? Hey, yeah, it's a bear market. This sucks. It's in a basing pattern. Da, 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 da. And now all of a sudden it's like, which one do you buy? We are almost there yet. Probably in 24, we will get to the altcoin season. This is just beginning right now, guys. So look at Pendle. Pendle's beautiful triangle, consolidation, building up energy, range expansion, range contraction. This is the type of market where you can actually use technical analysis for this. Okay, so that's Pendle. Let's see, XRP is the next one, and this is from MAF in Seattle, XRP. You know, I'm kind of disappointed by XRP. Every time it looks like it wants to break out, it gets hauled back down again, right? So it's almost like it's got, you know, an ankle bracelet, right? As soon as you leave your property, it you know, warning bells sound off and it drags you back in. So this is, I'm kind of disappointed to see this with XRP. Now, if we pull back out and see what's going on a monthly basis, the same thing is happening. It's just, it can't get out of its own way. So I would wait for this thing to trade above $1 before, and I do own some XRP, but it goes up, it goes down. It just right now is not building the right intrinsic business case for this, for payments. All right. What else we got here? Let's see. Bitfarms mining stocks. So we're going to go over to stocks and we're going to look at Bitfarms. BitF. Okay, BitF. This is a monthly chart. So let's go to daily. Daily's starting to get somewhere. So this thing's been terrible, right? And what this might do is build a rounded base, consolidate, watch for the cup with handle pattern. Watch for this to stall out around $2 because this is an unsustainable move. Watch for it to stall out at $2 and then break out. The measured move target is the distance from the neckline up here to the very bottom of the cup, which is about just a little bit over $1. So this thing is targeting somewhere slightly above 3. All right, so that's for Matt. And Tony from Brooklyn, I believe, is checking out Illuvium. And let's see who this owns. This could be a crypto. So I'm hoping that Illuvium is ILV. Yes, ILV, Illuvium. And this one is okay. I'm a little, watch out for 100. So 100, this is former resistance. The price is coming down to former resistance at 100 becomes new support. It's got to hold at 100. Otherwise, it's going through a larger time frame consolidation. So watch out for a 100 on Illuvium. Next one you got there is IMX. Same kind of pattern here. It's grinding higher, but this one's got to hold $1.25. $1.25 got to hold that. Otherwise, it's breaking support. We are not truly into alt season yet, guys. We're not truly into alt season. There's a lot of coins with a somewhat shaky business presence on there that you're going to see them get pulled up, but if they don't have intrinsic value to them, you'll see them get hauled back down again. What happens is at the very end of the cycle is when everything goes higher. A la 2017, a la 2021. That's when we have moves like this. So this is very, very early in the cycle. So something's got to have great intrinsic value to go higher at this point. We'll get there. Okay. All right. Entheosapien wants to look at AGIX, and we can do that. We don't even need a reason. Okay, this one is, if you look at this from a weekly perspective, this is still, it's been in a horrible weekly downtrend. It's now taken out the highs. That's good. It still needs to build a higher low into here. So I would like to see an extended sideways or perhaps even a pullback down to a quarter for this thing to set up for the next moves. So this is a good start from here. But if it wants to set up for additional gains, it needs to set up a higher low. Let's see. Joey wants to look at Fox. Good afternoon, good evening, everybody. All right, we're going to just look at Shapeshift Fox versus the US dollar, and this one's a pretty rough looking. It's had its challenges. You can see it's still down in the base, right? So this is why it's important to zoom out, guys. It's important to zoom out and see what's going on. So right now, this one is very, very early down in the base. I mean, if you just focus on the last few candles, it looks like it's, oh, this is awesome, right? It's breaking out. It's in a massive bull move. And then you zoom back and you're like, oh, crap. It's still earning its stripes. I would say the base for this is more than likely probably around, let's see, we have to zoom out a little bit here. The base for this is about 10 cents. So all of this is just basing. So this is still working within the base. It's very early on this one. Take a flyer, buy a few hundred. But there's no guarantees until it gets out of the base. Once it gets out of the base, this is where we typically have things moving and grooving. Okay, Flavortown checking in for Dent versus Tether. And this is another one which is stuck in the base. Base is about 1.15 cents. Wow. So the base is all the way back here. So that's the top of the base. And once it clears that, then you'll see it. But anything that you do right now is still within the base. It's like the monsters in the basement, right? Or, jangling around down there. You don't know what they're going to do until they finally clear that at 0.0015. Then it's free and clear to go. Okay. And Telcoin. Next one is Telcoin. Okay, Telcoin, same thing here with the base. The base is 0.0033. This is the entire base down here. It's got to clear that before I would be interested in it. Right now, it's still playing within the base. You're very, very early with this. If you want to, get your toes wet with something like this, but don't dump everything into it. This is the biggest mistake most investors make, is they see something moving off the bottom and they put everything they've got into one coin, and then it stays within the base. It just rattles around in the jail and it never goes anywhere. So I would say it's got to clear the base before you can add some to it. You can dip your toe into there, but add as it exits the base. That's the way to play these. Okay, man, we got a lot of, let's see. I never know whether it's George or Jorge. I apologize for that. So I know either one that I pick, I'm going to pick the wrong one. But that's a cool name. I like that name. So, Senor Contreras, we're going to look at Stacks. All right, Stacks is looking really good. You can also see this base here on Stacks as well too. So Stacks has got a fairly big base, and it's about $1.25, and it's getting very, very close to wanting to break out. And you can almost see this as almost a cup, a rounded base, and I would expect to see a handle here setting up just below $1.25. If it's able to break, you're free and clear, and go ahead and add to that winning position. Okay, let's see. Crypto Bureau, a lot of talk about Coinbase. Yeah, we mentioned in the newsletter yesterday that Coinbase is actually up more than Bitcoin for the year, if you can believe it. And that's because it was so depressed. Look at this one as well too. We're seeing the same pattern. Recognize this pattern. Notice that it's breaking above the base at 120. Breaking above the base at 120. So now it's up to 140, something like that. You are free and clear to accumulate above the base. So that's Coinbase. Okay, let's see. Ray, I already talked about XRP. If you want, you can kind of go back in the video. You can just rewind it. What is piquing my interest at the moment? It's mostly still playing. It's mostly playing the ETF play on Bitcoin right now. That is the play, is the Bitcoin play, Bitcoin ETF play. And then I'm going to be cutting a video later on this week on how I intend to play this, because when the ETF comes out, it opens up all these other possibilities that we can all use that are much, much easier to invest in Bitcoin. So we'll have much better tools to invest into Bitcoin, which is going to be, it's going to be the tail wagging the dog wagging the tail. It's going to be back and forth, and they're going to be harmonious with each other. So I'm very excited about that. Even though I know that's boring to talk about Bitcoin, but it's what we can do with the ETF once that gets put into place. And oh, by the way, guys, there's going to be, we're going to see the anticipation for the ETF on Bitcoin. And then probably after it gets instituted, there's going to be like several at once that come online, and they're all going to be spread around like that. So it's going to be, we'll have to sort out which one's worth it and which one's not. But there's going to be a sell the news event on Bitcoin. There's going to be a sell the news event that you won't believe, and it's going to be after all the retail traders get on board at the top. So that's one thing to be aware of, is that there will be a sell the news event. I don't know how it's going to happen with all that money coming into Bitcoin, but they will find a way. They will absolutely clean the retail traders' clock. That is going to be the time that you want to wait. If you're not on board, I mean, it's okay to DCA and just keep on adding. But if you want to look for a big add point, wait for the sell the news event on Bitcoin. Probably going to happen sometime next year after the ETFs are announced, if and when that ever happens, right? Okay, let's see. Ray, hey Ray, we're going to do bonks. Bonks. Let's see where bonks is at. And bonks, or bonk. Wow, look at this thing go. Man, that's quite a chart. Holy cow. And that's massively cheap too. So what I would wait for, Ray, is I would wait for the next consolidation to set up. So at some point, you're going to find this consolidating like this. It's going to do the next range. And then as it shows the bottom of the range, buy near the bottom of the range and see if you can take it to the next level. So keep adding as it moves in the direction that you want it to. That is an old Jesse Livermore. So there's a book that came out 100 years ago, which is called The Reminiscences of a Stock Operator. I was not around back then, believe it or not. But you'll read up on all the old salts that have been around or that did it and made millions 100 years ago and learn from them. Okay, let's see. Crypto Chef. There is a Crypto Chef cooking up the gains. All right. Oh, that is Mara. And Mara's probably a stock. Yeah, Marathon Digital Holdings. Okay, what is this one doing? Pretty sloppy. And I'm pulling out, and I'm seeing the base on Marathon Digital Holdings being about 300. About 300 here. So you can play this. The volume is increasing, which is good. Watch for the breakout. You can dip your toe in the water here, but wait for it to break out before you start to increase your stake on that. Okay, Crypto Bureau, Mantle. Welcome aboard, everybody. We got quite a session going today. Lots of good stuff. My salute is for all you guys that stuck it out through the bear. Wow, look at this thing. That's awesome. So Mantle, this is just kind of a big V bottom here. Let's get this out of the way. So it's already broken above the top of the neckline at 60 cents. So this is good. And notice what's doing here. It's going range expansion, range contraction, breakout, should go into the next range contraction. Watch for the breakout. Buy near the bottom of the base. Yoshi DeBunt. All right, cool name. Let's see. Aura. Ori. There we go. Ori chain token. This one looks pretty good. Although we want to see, here's the pivot, here's resistance at 450. So resistance, resistance, resistance becomes new support. This has got to hold at 450. Otherwise, I would avoid, right? Because it's got that base, which is around 450 for all of this stuff here. 450 needs to hold on Ori. Crypto Chef TWT. And I believe, is that, if you stick in $1 in front of that, are you looking for a stock or? Normally $1 in front of something is an index. So I don't know what TWT is here. This is not particularly great chart. There's lots of other ones that are better. If you're looking for TWTR, that's Twitter. So yeah, there is no TWT stock. So that's a crypto. You know, there's better ones than TWT right now. Okay, hey Tony, I am Doc. I am not the mysterious Mav who's traveling the world. Okay, let's see. You want to look at MPL. Maple versus the US dollar. Okay. This one is looking good. This one's been very, very volatile though. So you can see the base, it's gotten well above the base at $10. Well above the base at $10. Okay, so this one's moving into quiet and trending. So it's going breakout, consolidation, breakout, consolidation. I heard a rumor that Mav wanted to put out another video. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, and I'll have to hold him to that because he's an insider now in crypto. But he's got to be careful about what he says. All right, let's see. That's MPL. ShopX. Okay, ShopX has been a bad boy. He's been punished. And he's been in a really horrible base for a long time, right? So you can see this thing got when ICO got announced and just like ate it. But if we look at the recent price action from this one, it's starting to wake up. So this is very, very early. I would wait until this one transitions into weekly higher highs and higher lows. Okay, so that's ShopX. Let's see. Do a review on Gary token. Gary token. Okay. Nice move today. Nice move today. This is what's called a rounded base. It's come back up to the neckline, and it is sold back down to the neckline. What I would expect to see here is consolidation, and this becomes a cup with handle. This is why they set up like this, because the right side of the base tends to be like this, tends to go, nuclear, and it gets ahead of itself. They sell into that, and then they set up a consolidation, then wait for the break above there. ETF. Okay, so that's Gary token, and then Mike is looking for ORDI, ORDI, ORDI. Wow, that's a nice looking one. So I don't know how long this has been around, but you know, it's already broken above the base. Look at this. I mean, this is classic price action stuff here. So here's the initial base at 15. Came out of 15. Former resistance now becomes new support, and this thing is off and running. So I never like to chase after tokens, but I like to wait for them to set up in the next consolidation. Never chase after something like that. Okay, let's see. Who is the next one here? TIA Celestia. TIA. And we're just about through. TIA Celestia. This one's fairly new again. And look what's happening here, guys. Triangle, breakout. Should set up the next triangle or flag like this. Range expansion, range contraction, all good. So that is TIA Celestia. Okay, Ray. Next one is for Ray. And that is Radix. XRD. Okay, this one is a bit of a challenge. This one has no linearity whatsoever. Like if I can't see anything, what I'll do here, Ray, is I'll pop back out to the weekly chart. And so now I can see what's going on here. So descending patterns break to the upside. So what I would just do on this one is just put in this big trend line here and say, I don't want to know about anything this does until it breaks the trend line. In fact, you can even set up an alert on the trend line, add an alert on this trend line, and it'll let you know when it breaks. And then once it breaks, then you can start to be interested in this one. Okay. Everybody, we just got caught up. So we're at the bottom of the hour now, and I want to thank everybody for joining me here today. We do this about every couple weeks or so. So if you want more of this, if you want more of charts and everything like this, if you're looking for some assistance, please join me at readysetcrypto.ONE, readysetcrypto.ONE. And you can get a free trial for a week, and so you can see all the cool stuff that we have on the platform, as well as all the great, we have trade alerts coming into there. We got videos every day on everything. I've been doing this now coming up on 6 years now. We have been around forever in the crypto space. So I love all you guys checking in every week. So very much appreciate you guys joining us here today, and enjoy the bull market. We'll be back. And we'll talk about next steps for this one, and watch for a video that I'm going to drop in the next few days here to tell you how to handle the ETF. Once the ETF gets in play here, how can you trade it and how can you use it to add to your wealth? All right. Thanks, everybody. You guys take care. Chill out. We'll see you soon. Bye now.